I like to try to find opportunities that we can implement technology in order to help them maximize results so that they can max out on the benefits of using the tech and not having to use their time. How much follow-up is too much follow-up? Hey, what's up? I'm Coach Carroll. Hope you're doing well. In today's video, we're going to be talking about, is there such thing as too much following up in a sales process? Now, I would like to err you on the side of caution that most people never follow up. That's right, 58% of people that I've found never follow up after their initial conversation with a prospect. And sometimes in the contracting world, you're talking HVAC, electrical, plumbing, cleaning, janitorial, lawn, landscape, the blue collar, hardworking people of America, they sometimes don't even follow up with a prospect, period. Like, ring, ring, Susie the homeowner called in, leaves you a voicemail because you didn't answer your phone, you didn't have an answering service, and so now she's leaving a voicemail saying, oh yeah, Jim, I'd like a quote, give me a call back, 555-1234, and she never gets called back. Believe it or not, it happens. It happens more often than not, but most people want to say, well, I don't want to be too pushy and I don't want to follow up too much. There's no such thing. There's no such thing if you believe in your product. And that's where a lot of people fall short, is in their belief patterns of what they sell, what they do as far as the services or the ideas or the products that they provide. A lot of people come up short in that area when it comes to sales. But let's talk to the point at hand here. How much follow-up is too much follow-up? 80% of sales are made after 5+ touches. So somewhere between 5 and 12 times of reaching out to a prospect, the prospect will eventually buy 80% of them. So if the majority of people never follow up, all you got to do is follow up 5 times and you're going to be in good shape. And so let's talk about what we can do as follow up, because we're not just talking about calling the person, leaving a voicemail every single day for the next year and a half like some psycho. No, we're talking about being methodical with this and being smart, right? Our time is valuable, so we need to make sure that when we're following up, we're doing so in the best way possible. And so here's some ideas. If you've got a notepad, you can write some notes down, pen and paper, on some ways that you can follow up. My absolute favorite is a ringless voicemail, and I use a company called Sly Broadcast. We need to work a deal with them, save you guys some money, but slybroadcast.com, we use their service to send out ringless voicemails. What's a ringless voicemail? Ringless voicemail means that their phone is just going to go bzzz, and they're going to have a voicemail. Some pretty cool stuff. And the technology part behind it is you can go into your CRM, your customer relationship management software, CRM. We like to use Pipedrive. You can actually get I think it's a 14-day free trial. If you go to coachcarroll.com/pipedrive, coachcarroll.com/pipedrive, you just export all your contacts out, right? You take your quotes or your people that you've not done business with, right? We'll call them prospects. They're not customers yet. They're still prospects. You export that list, and then you record a little voicemail on your phone, and it sends it out to them. So that's one way to follow up. You bulk follow up, right? You can send an email blast. You go find all the people that still have open estimates, open quotes, people that you haven't closed yet. You can send them an email. The other thing you can do is text message marketing. You send out mass text message. It's all about these communication channels, and really sales now has become an omni-channel approach. What I mean by omni-channel is that you've got to be talking to people wherever they are. It doesn't matter. It be on their cell phone, via text messages, voicemails, phone calls, on social media, in their email inbox, in their mailbox. Like, you have to be able to be omnipresent if you want to maximize your marketing and advertising dollars and give you the best opportunity to win at sales. So how many times is too much follow-up? What I recommend is 4 follow-up phone calls at maximum. This also comes into understanding how big of a deal you have. Like, is the client actually big enough for you to be following up with? Like, if it's a $7 job, like, why would you don't want to follow up with them at all. You don't want to give them any of your time. You can't do that. So I like to look at opportunities when I come into companies and do consulting or coaching. I like to try to find opportunities that we can implement technology in order to help them maximize results, right? And so that they can max out on the benefits of using the tech and not having to use their time so that they can step back and do the things that truly only they can do in a business. And so as a salesperson, if you're thinking, man, how many times should I follow up with this person? Simply look at the size of the deal. I recommend anything under $100, you can have zero one-on-one follow-up. It needs to be all automated. If you're in thousands of dollars, you can maybe do some phone calling. Tens and hundreds of thousands, certainly you're going to do that follow-up with the phone call and the touch. And when I say these numbers, this is the LTV, lifetime value of the prospect or clients. So should they join and want to become a client and be a part of your awesome business, you need to understand what that lifetime value of that customer really is. And so that will help you determine how much follow-up is too much follow-up. I just don't believe that there is. Because if you truly believe in your product, your service, or your offering, your POS, product offering or service, then you're going to follow up with the prospect because you truly know you're the best choice for them to go with. And that's all you got to say. You just have to continue to stay in front of your prospects so that they understand that you care. And then also professional buyers will truly appreciate a salesman or a saleswoman that is professional in their follow-up game. Meaning, hey, Mr. Johnson, when we talked the first time, you said you needed to think about it. I set a next step that was very specific that I'd talk to you Tuesday at 2 o'clock. I'm calling Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Let's go. Even this morning, I'm recording this video now, but this morning I had some guy, he DM'd me on Instagram. He said, hey man, I'd like to pitch you my shit. I'm like, all right, whatever, man, I'll hear you out. I'm like, here's the link to my calendar. He scheduled an appointment for today and then doesn't call me. So you got to show up, man. You got to show up. Most salespeople just don't show up. You got to show up and show up over and over and over and over and over again. And then lastly, take all of your complete database and do ongoing email marketing to them that is value-based. Something that it's just not a sales pitch. It's something of value that says, hey, here's a YouTube video I just made. Hey, here's this, here's that. Something of value that you can send out to your prospects so that you're staying in front of them, because you never know. Maybe they're not going to buy from you this time, but you also don't know, maybe they're going to have a terrible experience. And so then when they're ready to come to the market again, you're right there in front of them. It's all about brand exposure, keeping yourself in front of people. But the short answer to this long video is there's no such thing as too much follow-up. So what I would recommend is taking out a piece of paper and actually write down what is going to be your follow-up sequence. How many emails are you going to send them to follow up on? How often is that going to happen? How many text messages? How many phone calls? Actually have a plan in place for follow-up so that you don't just rely on, oh gee, did I remember? Because that doesn't get you anywhere. Hey, if you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment below. I'm Coach Carroll. Hustle, it's worth it.